Welcome to the Not Nerd Show. I'm Nate Heath, and we are here to help you tech better. Here with me, as always, Mr. Dave Baylor.
Well, hello there, Nate. It is good to see you, my friend. I'm here in my studio. No one commented about my screen last week, so I decided to leave it off. And I've got my nice F-16 rotating in the background for everyone to enjoy. And I'm excited, Nate, to learn about your hat, which has been intriguing me all evening here as I've been looking at the back of it. We're going to cover our main topic today, which is a mystery to me because I haven't looked too closely at the show notes. I have a little bit. We're going to cover a pro tip coming in from the land down under. Yeah, I know. Some takes that are not so hot. A bonus odd take, picks of the week, and more. Can you believe it, Nathan?
Yes.
Can you believe it?
I can't believe, and I am coming in tonight. Signal uncertain on my lovely T-Mobile hotspot with a red curtain from parts unknown.
Yes.
Yes, it's
you're coming in.
We'll see.
Clearer on the T-Mobile hotspot than you were earlier. So I think
than the Verizon Visible hotspot. That was not good. So we'll see how it works, but
it is
hopefully it'll hold on long enough for the hat reveal. Some of you have seen this one. If you, like you should be, are following PDX Fast Foodie. I made this one last week for Portland Nacho Week. So I made it's Nacho hat, Dave. It's mine.
Well, I'm a little jealous, actually. That hat looks pretty dang cool.
Yes.
And since you're not using the green screen this week, it's coming through sharp and clear.
Yes.
No weird artifacting or anything. That's great.
Yeah. So that was, I made this hat myself. The logo, much to the chagrin of graphic designers around the world, was done by ChatGPT.
Oh boy.
With many revisions. At one point, the H had like a vertical line in the middle, and I couldn't get it to like start over with the H. ChatGPT. It just gets on on our show art back. I added the gold phone in a cupcake to our desk weeks ago on my birthday episode.
Okay.
I cannot get ChatGPT to remove it. And then it'll like remove it on one. I need to change something else, and then it brings it right back. And I should just publish. I'm going to start a blog of all the revisions of the show art. But
well, I did one of me as a superhero. I don't think I showed it to you, but I gave it my face and said, "Make me into a superhero." So it flat out. Maybe as I'm talking about it, maybe I'll try to find him. But it flat out put my head on Superman with the S and everything. And I'm like, this is what the copyright people don't like.
Yes.
What's going on here? And then I actually do have it here. So I'll just show it like this.
Oh, yeah.
So just flat on Superman. And then I'm like, make it a D with, so the Baylor Media colors are kind of an orangish and a kind of a steel blue color, but it did full on with a D, Denver Broncos colors. And I'm like, it's not quite the right. So then tweaked it a little bit more. And then finally I said, give me a gray outfit.
There it is.
And then I did subsequently change it to a blue that I like better. But every iteration, the face got weirder.
Yeah.
So it's like I like my face on the first one. So here's the first one. It's very noble. And my eyes are like symmetrical and stuff like that. And then you get to the last one and things are a little goofy. Here, let me zoom in.
It does very weird things with my mustache, as to be expected.
Yeah, one eye's got a really bright highlight, and anyway, it's fine. It looks like me. But
well, anyway. We'll be talking a little more surprise about AI in a minute. Hey, Grandma's in the chat. Did you miss me last week? Probably a nice break from all my interruptions. Never. We love you. Always come with great questions and comments. Cool cheesy hat, Nate. I fully intend to tune in while I was in California, but
things happen.
It happens when you travel. And love the Super Dave, she says.
Yes.
So,
well, maybe I'll change my profile picture. I know. I love how it makes me look better than I am. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's like just a little, not the greasy skin here. I won't talk about the temperature in my garage because my blood pressure will go up. But
Rise.
but yeah, very cool. The ChatGPT and all this stuff is amazing, but it still needs some work. But I think your hat looks great.
Yes. And I did want to mention, I think it was just last week or 2 weeks ago, we were talking about the Anker power bank recall.
Yeah.
Well, they've issued a new global recall for 5 power bank models over fire hazard. And I'm hoping one of those ones that's in the new recall isn't the one that they're replacing the ones in the last recall with.
So that one looks like
look.
mine. Mine's the Nano. Yeah, so it's none of those. I looked it up today actually on NotPix. If you're in the if you're in the mood to find something to buy for a loved one, go to notpix.com. But see, it's the Zolo, not the Nano. Interesting. So yeah, here they are. But look at the picture. Look, it looks just like mine.
Yeah. They have so many stinking models.
Maybe that was last time. So.
But
anyway, yeah, it's a bummer.
It is a bummer. And something else that we've been talking about.
What's that?
Microsoft forcing Windows 11 on everyone. Well, Microsoft makes Windows 10 security updates free for an extra year, but there's a catch and you might not like it. So you have to be signed in with a Microsoft account and using the OneDrive backup, but they keep backpedaling and opening up to more and more people that Windows 10 is going to be extended behind October. I called it from the beginning. I said, I don't know, and we'll see if it goes any further.
I got a new acronym we can use. Yes. MACO. Microsoft always chickens out. What do you think about this?
There you
go. 100% original idea.
Yes, never been thought of before.
Never been thought of before. They always do this. They make an announcement, they hear the outcry, and then they change it. I don't know why they just don't stick with it. And they're so scared to lose customers.
Yes. And I didn't put it in the notes this week, but I did see an article that Windows is losing a lot of customers. Like the numbers were down big time. So I don't think Microsoft is going away, but yes, stuff like this just makes it crazy.
Yeah, they don't like losing customers. And Xbox, I hear a lot of news owned by Microsoft, and there's one playing right back here, about they're trying to do this Xbox Anywhere kind of philosophy where every device can play. And they just keep missing on it. Like there was a latest MetaQuest headset that's Xbox branded comes with an Xbox controller it's green and got orange highlights or something like that. But it's just a regular MetaQuest with a Xbox controller. They didn't like change the software or do anything. So I don't know.
I meant to
make it cool, guys.
I saw that story, but I didn't make it in. But yeah. And one last thing before we get on to our main topic, just a reminder, set your calendar for next week. On Tuesday, it is going to be an interesting episode due to more travel, but it will be our 500th episode. So we would love for you to join in on the fun to celebrate the 500th, the half millennial episode.
And I'm not a numerology person, but 500 is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's a lot. So that'll be next week. But our main topic this week, I was thinking about, during the summertime, tech news just used to really slow down. I just don't feel like that's the case. And this one from The Verge, AI is ruining houseplant communities online.
How? Now I missed this one. How is this being accomplished?
So AI-generated images of fake, otherworldly-looking houseplants are proliferating online and misleading consumers. And also, AI slop extends to plant care advice. So there's two sides to the story. For one, you'll see like some Instagram video, oh, you've got to buy this new plant. I'll sell you the seeds. But it's a completely imaginary plant that doesn't exist because you're like, oh, I'd love something that was those colors and growing up and doing all this stuff. And so there's that side of it.
Like a
And
blue
then,
Venus flytrap with
yeah,
red spines. Oh, I want one of those, Todd might
yes,
say, but it's just made up garbage.
yes, yeah. And it mentions in the article, there's an offer of pink pastel monstera seeds, a variation of a favorite houseplant that cannot be real because of the species' lack of pink pigment genes.
Wow.
So
Yeah, the AI slop is coming and coming fast. We're going to start.
yes,
I mean, it'll be impossible to trust anything.
yeah,
You're like, hey, ChatGPT, uh, show me a website that talks about whatever, vintage cars or something like that. And it'll be like just nonsense. It'll be just
yeah.
garbage. It won't be real people. It'll be all made up stuff. And you'll be like, where are the communities? Where's the real stuff?
Yeah,
It's just going
yeah.
to get
I
worse and
actually
worse.
had that a couple weeks ago. I was looking for um, some, I think it was some plugins for a website or some, online services for something for one of my clients. And I searched on ChatGPT and it gave me like 5 responses. None of them with links to
Mm-hmm.
websites. Click the links, did not exist.
Yeah.
Like it's so
It's getting into a feedback loop where
yes.
it creates garbage, publishes it online, and then it references that same garbage, and then it just
Yes.
gets worse and worse and worse.
Yeah, so the article was also talking about the slop side of people looking for plant care advice and just getting incorrect information because there has always been with, plants, it's,
Mm-hmm.
you've got to have a green thumb and there's all kinds of mystical folklore on how to take care of plants, but then it's just repeating this stuff in the AI. So
Mm-hmm.
it's you gotta be careful out there,
Is
folks. It
this
is.
a fast digital version of the old wives' tales?
Yeah,
I
yeah, I
guess.
guess it's instant supercomputers cranking out old wives' tales, and there's
What
actually
here? I've got it. I've got it. It's what AI's tales. There you go.
trademark that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and stay tuned for just the headlines because there's a fun article referencing that. The second one I put in on this is how ChatGPT and other AI tools are changing the teaching profession. And they're
Huh.
saying a majority of teachers now are using ChatGPT or other services to, create lesson plans, which again, got to be careful of that slop.
Mm-hmm.
But this teacher in the article is talking about translating things to Spanish for Spanish speaking students. But yeah, it's a poll released Wednesday by Gallup and the Walton Family Foundation found 6 in 10 US teachers working in K-12 public schools used AI tools for their work over the past school year, with heavier use among high school educators and early career teachers. So younger people would be early career teachers
Yeah.
that like technology more.
Yeah. Yeah. All kinds of people are using it. Pastors, teachers, whatever. You intake a lot of information and you ask it to spit out a summary or a game plan or a bullet list or whatever, and it just does it. And you can replace all that time and effort just by using the tool.
Yeah.
So if you leverage it
Yeah.
well, it can be a very good asset.
Yes.
You just have to be
Yeah.
careful on important stuff.
Yeah. Respondents to the survey who use AI tools weekly estimate they save them about 6 hours a week, suggesting that technology could help alleviate teacher burnout.
Wow.
So that's pretty wild. And with that, schools are navigating concerns around it and trying to create guidelines and keep up with how fast the technology is moving. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's pretty interesting. So at the same time that we're getting fake plants and fake plant care advice, teachers are finding advantages to using it to assist them in their daily duties.
Well,
So
I think I have a solution. You just need to call Super Dave.
there we go.
There he is.
We're gonna need a sound for that one.
Yeah. No. Yeah. And
Nice.
should people know that you have a background in education as well? We've talked about that
Yes,
before.
yes, yeah. So I could not imagine being a teacher these days. I have my college degree in elementary education with a technology focus.
Yeah,
And oh, how far it has come since I
indeed.
graduated college 5 years
In
ago.
yeah, 5 or 6 years ago, I think,
Yeah,
is
yes,
when it was. But yeah,
about then. Well,
exciting times.
you know what AI is not going to get a hold of?
Sure.
Dave's pro tip of the week.
I'm so surprised. How was I to know that segment was coming up?
There's no way to know.
There's no way to know. So this week, I had the pleasure of chatting, speaking, walkie-talkieing with Down Under Elliot, who can be found down under Bowman, right? Is that it? Is that the handle?
Yeah.
Check him out on Instagram. But he had sent me a voice recording. Of course, I knew that this was possible, but it's not something I ever really used. And so today I thought we'd talk a little bit more, like we did last week, delving into the plus button on the messages. And so I've brought up the show chat, show links chat to show you this. But if you want to send an audio message, now this, what it does is you press it, it records whatever you want to say, and then it sends it as an audio file. And then the person on the other end, when they have the opportunity, will click on it. It will play the audio file, and you can either save it or it'll disappear after, once you listen to it, it'll just delete itself. And what's great is it provides a transcribed version of the audio file as well. So you can kind of read along with it, or if you don't have time to listen to it or you're in a busy place or something, you can just read what the text says. So I think it's pretty cool. And then there's a bonus after this. So let's bring it up on the screen. I guess I have to do that.
And I'm going to step away for half a second, but everybody listen closely.
Yes, listen close. The teacher said everyone has to listen to me, so you need to do it. All right, so the plus button in the bottom, we did talk about that last time, but I'm going to press it, and it's going to bring up all these options. The one that you're going to want says audio. It's right at the bottom of my screen. So I'm going to tap the audio, and there it is. I'm talking, it's recording, it's going along, it's recording everything I'm saying. Subscribe, like and subscribe. I don't have the fancy graphic because Nate's not here. And then I'm going to hit stop, and there it is. And I press the blue arrow button to send it. And I'm going to do that, and boom, there's the audio file. Now, it's started to, here, I'll do the show more. It's already transcribed everything that I have said. And if I push the blue playback button, it'll play back the audio. You won't be able to hear it. It's recording. But that's the experience that the person on the other end will get as well. So if you want to talk to somebody to get all the inflections and the earnestness of what they're saying, use an audio message like this versus just typing in something, because a lot of times the context can be lost just through the keyboard. And in fact, Elliot and I texting back and forth sometimes, it is really difficult because I'm very sarcastic. He may be in a serious mood, whatever. If I just speak into it and send it to him, we don't have time to call each other. The differences in time are vast. So an audio message is the next best thing to send. So I encourage you to try it out. And here's the bonus tip, Nate. Are you ready for this bonus tip?
Yes.
The bonus tip, outside of audio message and all the other wonderful things that you can find in here, is if you are on your text message screen and you just tap and hold the plus button, guess what happens? Watch this.
Oh, yeah.
It goes right to, you can see me and my wife enjoying our evening. It goes right to the gallery. Is that not cool or what?
Yes, I use that one because 99% of the time I don't need the other stuff. It's just the
I had
most
no
recent
idea. I
photo.
did it by accident, and I pressed and held it, and the gallery popped up. I'm like, well, that's better than going click 1 to get to the list, click 2 to go to photos, and then it pops up. It's like I can save a whole click by just pressing and holding. So you were holding out on me. I did not know that that
I
was a thing.
I do apologize. I do apologize, and I do apologize for stepping away. But
That's okay.
I had to. I knew I brought it with me to Parts Unknown, but I wanted to remind people. It made the trip. Our
Like and
digital
subscribe.
animation.
Well, I told the people that I didn't have that to show them, so I'm glad that you brought it. That is a
Yes.
wonderful treat. And one of these days, I will have a proper graphic on the screen. But I don't know at
Yes,
this
and I
point.
didn't bring my. I forgot to bring my bell along, so I can't say ring that bell.
Oh,
Ding, ding, ding.
there we go.
There we go. Very nice.
Well,
Well, those are
that's
two great tips.
yeah. I'm kind of sad I wasted them both in one go, but they're very related.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like, I mean, I know messages. I spend a lot of time in there, and I'm sending people pictures. And the audio messages, I've never really used that. But with the transcription, it didn't always have the transcription in there. I feel like that's a very nice,
Yeah, it is
nice
nice.
feature.
So next time you go into the show notes or the show links, Nate, you will see my audio message in there.
Oh, very
Yeah, that's
nice.
where I sent it. But
Oh,
anyway,
very cool. Well, with that, must mean it's time for everyone's favorite
I
segment,
can't wait.
just the headlines.
It is a balmy day out
Oof,
today. What do we got
oof.
here? Let's take a look. We are on the Sherwood. We are at 80 degrees outside.
Oh, it's cool. It says 80, well, 81 here. It's cooled
Hold on
down.
a
It was
minute.
supposed to be 92
It
today.
says 83 in my garage, or I'm sorry, in my office.
Yes, in the studio.
In the studio. Man, I can't believe I misspoke. Yeah, that's just a little warm, but that's what you get.
Yeah,
If
a little
only
bit of a heat wave,
if
but it
only air
is.
conditioning existed. Only if that were
Oh.
a thing.
Oh,
But sadly, not for me.
no. Well, let us get to just the headlines.
Call center workers are tired of being mistaken for AI.
To spam AI chatbots, companies spam Reddit with AI generated posts.
Nintendo yanks Switch 2 from Amazon in pricing dispute.
Microsoft's new AI tool outperforms doctors 4-1 in diagnostic accuracy.
X11 fork, X Libre, released for testing on system-free Arctic Linux. Say that 5 times fast.
Google Chrome browser gets highest score ever on speedometer performance test.
And finally, FAA to eliminate floppy disks used in air traffic control systems. Windows 95 is also being phased out.
And those are just the headlines.
Whew, that last one.
Whew.
That's a little scary. Floppy
Yeah.
drives, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it,
Problem is, I think maybe parts of it were kind of broke.
That's
But
probably why they're changing it.
there's man, you cannot escape the AI news these days.
No, it's
just
everywhere.
it is
Yeah.
everywhere. But that's the way the world spins
That's the
until
way
AI figures out a better way for it to spin,
that's the way the donkey crumbles.
as they always say.
Yep.
Well, let us move on to our takes of the week.
Okay.
I'm curious if you've seen this. The F1 movie is a cinema smash hit, on track to outperform combined box office of all previous Apple original films.
Of which there's only been a few.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
but I mean, that kind of means they were turds, or this is a really good one. I have not seen this movie yet. It just came out this past week.
Yeah.
And from what I hear, it's really good. Oh, here's a breakdown. Killers of the Flower Moon, 44 million opening weekend for 158 million total. Napoleon, forgot about that one. 78 million 5-day Thanksgiving, 221 total. Argyle, I saw that one on Apple TV Plus. 96 million total, and Fly Me to the Moon, which I also saw on Apple TV Plus, 42 million total. So yeah, Fly Me to the Moon and Argyle, I think they were limited release in theaters,
Yeah.
Argyle especially, and the other two were big, in the theater type movies. But there's both were so long and boring. So I can imagine uh, a lot of people flocking to F1 because it's kind of like a superhero movie. There's action and handsome people and all that stuff going on.
Yeah, Brad Pitt and F1 racing is
Yeah,
kind of a thing these
how can
days.
you go
People are
wrong?
really into that. But yeah, I have not seen it. There's actually on my Vision Pro, there's a experience, like a lap in,
Mm-hmm.
what do they call their immersive video? I
Uh,
need to check that
I'm
out,
not
but
sure.
I do want to see the movie. I think it would be good.
But look at
I'm not
that.
a big F1 fan.
To look at the numbers again. So F1's opening weekend of 145 million is almost as much as Killers of the Flowers Moon total. It is double Argyle and
Yeah,
triple Fly Me to the Moon's total revenue.
yeah,
So yeah, it's a
yeah.
big deal. But who knows how much they spent making it? Does the article talk about that?
I don't know. I did not see if that
I'm sure
was
it's probably like $300 million or something like that.
$10 billion they spent on, well, on the
Yeah.
advertising. And there was the controversy that I don't know if you saw it, Dave, that they put an ad in the,
Oh
and
yes.
I'm loading this website, so I'm freezing
Yeah.
up. I'm going to
Yeah. I'm
close
going to switch
this.
to me while you get your
Yes.
glitchiness. Yes. So when Apple Pay on your phone, there would be a little ad or a coupon that came up, and it's like, hey, be sure to get discounted tickets on F1, which they don't normally do that for anything. But since the movie belongs to Apple, I guess they felt like, hey, we're just going to insert this advertisement into people's Apple wallets, which is not cool. People are really
Yeah.
sensitive to, well, I mean, I think we're used to it at this point, though. So the camera that is this camera right here is a Tapo camera, right?
Mhm.
I have it set up. This is relevant, trust me. I have it set up to use the unified camera system, and so I normally don't use the Tapo app, but I needed to tilt it up, so I had to use the Tapo app to do that. The Wise app, the Tapo app, many other apps for like thermometers and whatever. You open the app, Samsung, ads everywhere, all over the place. It's like I just want to move the camera, and there's 30 ads for other products and services. So it's not unheard of that people who own the entire stack to advertise their own products inside their own
Yeah.
apps. But since it's like a payment mechanism, it just seems a little egregious. Although I would
Yeah.
expect Visa and MasterCard and Citibank and Chase to do the same thing. Have you ever been inside of those apps? I mean, they're always trying to sell you a new
Sell you on
service.
stuff. Yeah.
So,
Yeah. No, it is a difficult one. It's weird for it to be in the wallet app. I've heard some, people discussing it. It's like, well, people are worried about privacy. And it's like, well, I think Apple just showed this to everyone. So it's not like they were like just targeting males that watch F1.
mm-hmm.
And I'm sure they did plenty of promotion for it, like in the Apple TV app.
Oh yeah, which
But
is
the
an
wallet
appropriate
app just
space.
seems un-Apple-y.
Yeah,
But
Apple's been doing a lot of unapple things recently, but with this the Worldwide Developer Conference, which was a couple weeks ago, they seem to try to be aligning the ship a little bit to
yes,
getting back to the way they used to be.
yes. Well, speaking of ships, in our newest segment, This Week in Denmark, there it is. Uh, Danish military using robotic sailboats for surveillance in Baltic and North Seas.
That's
So,
interesting.
yeah, Denmark's all over the place. We were talking about them last week, getting rid of Microsoft stuff, and
Yeah.
now they've got robotic ships out patrolling the waters.
Hey man, I guess if they don't have to have a crew of people out there getting scurvy, it's why not?
Hey, yeah, it's scurvy. Plaguing Denmark in 2025, scurvy. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't. The article specifically mentions scurvy avoidance with this, but
Yeah, I mean it's an undeniable benefit. I mean, you
yeah,
can't dispute it. It is a benefit. Mainly
yes,
that it's unmanned, but the scurvy robots don't get scurvy. That's all I'm saying. So so this is military? Is this what they're doing just for surveillance?
Yeah, just for patrol. So, I mean, you think about the use
It's
of
like a
air
camera.
drones. It's a water drone, and it
Speaking of
makes
which,
sense.
I saw unrelated. This would be a
Sidestep.
a drone that somebody made that goes in the air, and they landed it in a pool, and it pushed under the water and flew under the water and then came right back out and flew in the air again. I want to get one of
Wow.
those. Very
Now,
cool.
was this a slop or was this real?
No, it's real. I saw a couple different angles, so it's got to be real.
That is.
Hey, Grandma's got a note here. She did
yeah.
mention that air traffic controllers will soon be getting cell phones.
Yes.
But she says, neither of you may know this, but I wonder why the Apple credit card doesn't have the tap feature. It's annoying. So like the actual Apple credit card?
The actual platinum or whatever, titanium.
I don't know if I've tried
this one here.
Oh, that one? Or is she talking about this one in the, if I can do this without, like this one here, maybe when you're using this.
Oh, well, it says hold near reader there.
I would wonder, hey, Grandma, if things are not set up properly.
Yeah, or it might be your card. One of my credit cards, the tap just doesn't work. The card's fine, but I always forget and try to tap at places, and I'm like, am I doing it the wrong way? How did you
produce the titanium physical card so quickly?
It's in my pocket. It's in my card wallet.
Mine's in a
even when I've got to carry it around because people will mention the Apple card, and I go, "Oh, you mean this one
with your name on it?" What's the number?
I don't. They don't put the number on there. That's the wonderful thing. But they,
yeah, that's cool. Look at it, man! It's so bright. It's like blowing out the camera.
I know. Fun fact is, I carry that in my wallet at all times, but I have never used it once physically.
That's why I don't carry it, and not this weekend. This week in wallets. Was this my pick? I got the super thin Ridge wallet.
Oh yeah.
That's got so I have as few things in it as possible. So since I don't use the Apple card and I have like 9 cards on here, I don't carry around with me.
And
so it would be a survival tool though, since it's made out of titanium. You could like cut something with it.
And I will remind our dear listeners, in the drastic opposite end of the spectrum from Dave's super slim wallet, I
have two
wallets.
Oh my gosh. Costanza. Why don't you put those together?
No, with 2 wallets, because then it bounces so you don't have back issues.
Oh my word.
Pro tip.
Why are we so different, you and I? We're the same. Here, this is our Venn diagram.
Yes.
There's a lot of overlap, but there's still some fringing on the outside.
Trucker hats, wallets on my side, Star Trek on your side.
Hair.
I'm catching up to you on the hair. Well, this next story I have, I didn't even know this was a thing, but maybe someone out there did. Microsoft Authenticator app is ending support for passwords. So we've talked about password apps that support authentication methods.
And I've used Authenticator before.
Yeah.
Why are they getting rid of password management?
I don't know.
It's so weird.
Yeah, so I think they're kind of trying to push people to saving them in Edge or whatever. But yeah, the Authenticator app, I use it for several Microsoft accounts for clients and myself, and but I had never noticed that it used passwords. So
let's see what the comments
I'm glad I didn't start using that.
I could never understand what the point was in putting both factors. Oh, you can't read it.
I've said that one before.
Baba. This new trend of big companies pushing to end passwords in favor of passkeys is such total BS. I will never stop using passwords. This is from Paul B. 18 hours ago. Anyway, it looks like it's a mixed bag as far as comments go.
Yes.
So there you go.
Yes, and you can change the security code every month or whatever. Back to her Apple card. Yes, the titanium heavy. Yes, Nate, that one, it never works and doesn't have the tap symbol. And you can change. I did not know that. Huh. Fun fact. Thank you. Utah does something. Hey, Grandma, that's why we need you here.
Yeah. Don't go to California.
And since I've never used mine in person, I never tried to tap it before.
Yeah.
Well, and we kind of have, that was kind of security and privacy, but we've got one more security and privacy story to wrap up our takes this week. China breaks RSA encryption with a quantum computer, threatening global data security. So this has long been a worry about encryption, is that with these quantum computers coming with their massive, insane processing speed, that they would be able to crack this encryption. Now, I don't necessarily know what the answer is. Stronger encryption, passkeys, Microsoft Authenticator app.
I mean, you could put in stronger encryption, but there's always a trade-off. Remember, there's that spectrum. It's like
Yes.
it can be so strong, but then it takes 45 minutes to unlock your thing because your computer has to
Yes.
do all this special stuff to unlock your passwords, and maybe it's not worth it.
Yes.
22 bits still matter. A 22-bit key is trivially small compared to production grade RSA, yet the test matters. Anyway, you can read this article if you want to know more. There was a prominent scientist, I can't remember if it was Feynman or somebody, about quantum mechanics, which quantum computers are based on. It's like if you think you understand quantum mechanics, you don't.
Yes.
And this is someone who like studied it.
Yeah. No, that stuff is wild. Stuff moves fast. But let us cleanse our palate after that one with our bonus odd take. And this is a fun little one I found. It's called the Arbitrary Award. So if you click the link, it will give you an Arbitrary Award.
Best amateur crooner. Here, let's get rid of us. Can I? It can be. I have the power.
The power.
Here's the power. Boom, we're gone. Best amateur crooner with a loose leaf tea fetish. What?
And mine says longest, and it says, we are proud to present, and you can click to enter your name with the fine distinction of longest lurker on Reddit without an account.
Oh, that might be me, but I do have an account. I'm going to do a new reward here. Most erotic crier. Okay.
Some of these are a little...
I want another one. Most inspiring speech with Def Leppard playing in the background.
There it is. Okay. That's what I'm looking for an arbitrary award.
That's pretty cool.
Yes.
I would take it.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that's a very random thing. You can find it Arbitrary Awards. A couple guys put that together, and it says, did you know that 97 of 80% of companies pay for awards? Well, if you did, that's amazing, because we made up that stat. We're not making up. What we're not making up is that companies pay for awards. Redundant much? Yes. Effective? You decide. Yeah, so there you go. If you need a random award, there you go. Arbitrary awards.
I still have a little award given to me when I played Little League Baseball. It was printed out on the green and white striped tractor-fed paper on a dot matrix printer and cut out by our coach. And it said, to David Baylor, best catch without looking.
Yes.
So that was, I think I still have it somewhere.
That is well, geez.
It's a major award.
It's a major award. Well, you know what's always a good catch?
What's that?
Our picks of the week.
Well, my pick this week. Oh man, this is so low tech. You're not even gonna know what was the thing you went to grab off to the side?
The envelope.
Oh, the envelope thing. That's low tech. I got something low tech. Oh, it's here on the floor. It came in this nice packaging. And I looked to see if it was a pick of the week, but her website was not working right. I couldn't do the search.
No.
Could be my browser. Could be the website. Anyway, I gave up. But I had to pick up, because I used the previous ones so much, they have holes in the bottom, a new pair of Bombas gripper slippers.
Ooh.
Look at this. So these do not have the rubber like shoe sole. They're all floppy. They do have these little grippy I don't know, drops of plastic or something on there. I haven't even taken them out of the package. They're just brand new. But if you're not familiar with Bombas, they are kind of expensive. But when you look at other ones of similar quality, they're more. So these actually might be. Oh, these are a little bit different than mine. They have a gel
Oh.
insert. I don't know how I feel about that.
Oof.
The last ones did not. They were just fabric, just
Yeah.
minimal. But Bombas is a good brand. When you buy products from them, they send socks, underwear, whatever to people who are less fortunate. So every purchase goes to support other gifts to people who don't have
Nice.
the means to buy things themselves. It came in that bag with the packaging and a little. I thought this was interesting here. Look at that guy. Woo! He's got
Oof.
some Bombases.
Bombas.
And yeah,
Yes, I actually, interestingly enough, one of my clients
he's
is
Mr. Bombas.
going to be selling, no, going to be selling some Bombas socks that he was able to
Oh yeah,
acquire. So
yeah.
yeah,
Their socks are
I've
very
heard
good.
good
Their
things.
underwear, people love them. But I don't want hard sole slippers in my house. And I know it's summertime, but those other ones, man, they're embarrassing. They're just giant holes in the bottom. I
Nice.
couldn't wait any longer, and the longer you wait, the higher the price is going to be. So
Yes.
there you go. That's my
Oh,
pick.
it looks like our stream is having issues, or is that just me? Nope, it's just me. My download speeds are not working as they should.
Yeah, it seems on my end it says excellent. So next phase for
Yeah.
Nate, a full on purse in regard to your
Yes.
wallets. That's funny.
Yes. Well, I do have a collection of fanny packs that
That's true.
I have not mentioned in a long time. Well, my pick of the week, Dave, you might recognize this
Okay.
from CES.
Oh boy, look at that
Do
rig.
you remember this from APEXEL? This is the Universal
Yes.
Phone Rig Video Kit, aluminum handheld smartphone vlogging cage with rechargeable handle, wireless Bluetooth shutter, phone stabilizer for Videomaker, compatible with iPhone, Android. Whew, that was a mouthful.
Wow. That was a
So
mouthful.
we
Look
saw
at
this. We saw
It was
this
at the booth.
yes, with those huge zoom lenses that we saw and everything, and they were actually selling this at the booth. We were so busy and our minds were so melted that we didn't make it back for me to purchase. So I put it on my wish list, and it was under the tree for my birthday.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
but it is really cool. So I've talked about phone cages before. A lot of them are big and bulky. This one isn't tiny, but it is adjustable. That was the other problem. Like, you can buy a phone cage type thing for a specific phone, but I get a new phone every fall. So then it wouldn't do that. So it's got, this part comes off, and this blue thing in the middle screws out. But this has attachments for filters on it.
Okay.
You can put a larger filter. This goes widens, and you can tighten it with this little screw that then pops down. It's got a little lever here to unlock it to extend your length on that.
Wow, that's pretty dang cool.
Yeah, and then this handle comes off, but it has a battery pack. It came with a little cable with USB-C, so you can charge your phone from this battery pack. And then the top has a Bluetooth shutter, which also easily
Wait for it. Yes.
has magnets.
Oh.
And it pops off. So if there's quarter 20s and different attachments on here, cold shoe mount. So if you put this on a tripod, then you could use the shutter controls. So one more extreme phone accessory in my arsenal here.
Look at this on the image. I don't know if you can see the website, but look, they've got a portrait mode.
Yeah.
Yes. You could collapse it down and do it in portrait mode, which is cool.
So the
and
handle,
I see that giant filter on there.
Yes. Yeah. So you can take out this blue part, if I remember how to do it, and then there you go. Live. This is why you watch the show, folks.
So this booth had a whole rig set up, but it was near the one with the motorcycle, right, where we saw the guy from Moment. Wasn't that near the motorcycle?
Yes, it was.
The scooter.
But
Yeah.
yeah, these
So I just want to
they
make sure
had
I
a
had the right
lot
one.
of zoom lenses and different phone accessories. But this cage, I was very excited to add.
You
Now
should
I
have.
just got to start using it.
You should have told me ahead of time. I mean, it was in the show notes, maybe, but could have looked up some of the footage of our travels of
Oh
that
yes,
booth. I'm sure I have some photos.
yeah, which we're gonna get around to posting all that stuff very
No, we
soon.
won't. We're gonna do it next year.
Uh, we'll do promo videos for going to CES next year, which tickets should be coming out soon. But yeah, so it's a great um, compact in the phone cage world with all the adjustments, but being able to use the filters or zoom lenses,
And all the
make those kind of
attachments.
adjustments. Yeah, yeah, it's a very nice little device from APEXEL. So I was happy to get that for my birthday. And if you would like either of our picks, you can head over to notpicks.com
Yes, you can.
and hopefully it'll be working for you. We seem to be
It
having some technical
it might be
difficulties
me.
before this
Some of the
show.
ads aren't loading at the top, but
Yeah.
here we go. There's my Lytro light camera from last time. Ryan Trey, what did I call him last week? Trey Parker.
Yes. Yes, Trey
Not
Parker.
Trey Parker.
So,
I'm
no.
loving my MagSafe tripod for iPhone. It's in my pocket. I carry it with me everywhere. And when
Yes.
I'm kind of wanting to get a new case because my current case has this little flippy dip on the back.
Oh yeah.
And what kind of cases are these? These are Torres.
Taurus.
I saw that Anker also makes this case.
Oh, a flippy
with the little
dip.
flippy dip on the back. That's trademarked. Don't use that term.
Yeah.
But I kind of want to get one that's thinner, that does not have the flippy dip, so that I can use my tripod more. Because I don't really need it half the time. Because the flippy dip does 90% of it. So you might be saying, why did I buy it? Well, because it's freaking cool, and I'm trying to get it out of my pocket here.
That's what we do. We buy so that we can tell you. There's the beauty. Very nice. Well, we do have a Ramazon purchase, and hey, Grandma, if you watched last week's episode, I think you might have done some tripod shopping, but this week we do not have a tripod. We have, if my web will load here, it is the Tri-Flow 2-ounce squeeze bottle lubricant with Teflon 2-pack.
Wow, what would I use this for?
You would use it for lubricating things.
So it looks like an automotive type lubricant, Tri-Flow. Maybe for bearings or bearings are one of the main things in cars that you.
I know we do have somebody that uses not picks quite often for industrial type stuff.
Super lube grease. I guess you would grease your bearings like the super lube down here. Yeah, maybe it's like a replacement for WD-40 or whatever. Put that stuff on your hinges. You can tell I'm not a big car guy. I just don't know what's going on. Oh, there's a bike.
Nope.
There we go. Bike chains.
Oh,
Perfect.
yeah. Yes. That lubricant with Teflon, it's got 4.9 stars on 631 ratings, and 400 plus have been bought in the past month. So somebody's using this stuff.
Yeah. Used it from my free will and helped a lot. Okay.
There you
Where
go.
do you get a free will from? I've been oiling my uniballs on my 4Runner with dry silicone spray, and it still made a ton of noise. After a single application of the Tri-Flow, the noise disappeared after 2 turns of the wheel. This stuff is amazing. Because of this oil, it saved me from spending $900 on replacing my uniballs on my 5th gen 4Runner, and it saved his marriage.
Yes. That's all of the above. All of the above. Well, thank you to all of you who keep going through our Not Picks links and doing that Amazon affiliate. We are making dimes at a time.
Nate, I don't want to, because you probably remember, but since you brought along the envelope this whole time, I think we ought to also remind people again to like and subscribe. When you see the videos pop up, click that like button. And if you're not subscribed, what are you doing with your life? Ring that bell even.
Ring that bell so you know when we go live. So Yeah, so you won't forget, but do mark your calendars. Next week, 500th episode. As I said, it's going to be an adventure
I
due
will be
to some
traveling next
fun.
time.
Yes,
So,
yes.
and for some reason, I tend to go to places that are off the beaten path, that are not big cities, that are not tech enabled. I'll be traveling to Maine, where I think they just got electricity in the place that I'm going.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it goes.
See how signals go. Yes, I am not that far off the beaten path, but still using my phone tethering due to poor Wi-Fi, and it worked pretty decently considering. So thank you, T-Mobile, for that.
We'll see.
It's good to have that option.
I hope I don't have to use my phone's Wi-Fi. I'm saving it. I'm not going to tether anything until.
Yes, indeed. Well, yeah, 500th episode next week. We'll have some fun. I hope as many people as possible can join the live on that one, just so we can reminisce over the last 500 episodes that we've been doing this show.
And there's some comments about the Uniballs in the thing. Hey, Grandma.
Oh, but Train Guy is now over 600 subscribers. Hey, we've got to catch Train Guy. So a lot of people will do videos and say, "Hey, I want to be like Mr. Beast. I want to get as big as Mr. Beast. I just want to be as big as Train Guy."
If we could just attain Train Guy's fame, that's all I care.
Yeah.
Remember last week I said I wanted to have as many subscribers as we have episodes. So we need like 300 or 400 more here. So
well, and then producer Todd comes in out of nowhere with more questionable content. Oiling my uniballs, the Dave Baylor story.
Yes.
Oh man,
I could have ChatGPT write that story.
Yes, that would be maybe that's what we'll just do for the episode next week is
all AI. Maybe
all
the
AI.
500th episode is all AI.
Oh,
we'll have avatars, and they'll just talk to each other, and we'll feed it with some stories, and they'll just talk back and forth. You know those podcasts, those fake podcasts they do with the guy that's like, well, last week, blah blah, and the girl's like, yes, I that is so true. We could do one of those cheesy voiceover.
Yeah, the
things.
notebook LM from Google.
It's so disgusting. The pukey radio voices.
Yes. Well,
that sounds like a good place to end a show, Nate.
Yes, indeed. Thank you to everybody that joined the live and all the comments and all that good stuff. Hey, Grandma, going off in the comments today. And thank you for everybody that watches on YouTube later, in the podcast apps, wherever you may be, because we're doing this so you can get out there and tech better.
With your Uniballs. Wait, is this mic still on?